go ahead and quickly remind us of what each of these terms in our formula represent. Referring to m, as we see, m is 1/2. What does 1/2 represent in this equation? What does 1/2 represent in this equation? Can I have anyone come off mute and tell me what does m represent? Okay, I saw one person put it in the chat. I'm asking someone to come off mute. You know what? Let me cold call someone. Kyra, what does m represent? What does m represent in our equation?
M represents the slope.
Thank you. Okay, and we're going to take a look at b, which we have marked here as 5. We got to double check that. However, what does b represent in our equation? Melanie? Melanie, are you there? Okay, not sure that Melanie's there. Zaya, can you tell us what b represents? Okay, can someone help her out? I see people putting it in the chat again. Please come off mute if you know. Desire, can you come off mute and tell us?
Y-intercept.
Thank you, honey. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to start at the y-intercept because that's where our misconception is. Can someone remind me of what a y-intercept is? And again, that is going to set us up for today, which is why I'm spending time breaking this up and making sense of it. What does the y-intercept represent? What does it represent? How do I identify it? Let's say that. How do I identify the y-intercept if I have a line? How do I identify the y-intercept? And guys, I'm asking these questions and I'm only seeing Desire share her thinking. There's multiple students that I'm sure are aware. However, I only have Desire sharing her thinking in the chat. So actually, let me go to, I'm going to go ahead and cold call, and I'm going to go to, let's see, I know, Samira, you were not in class last week. Melanie, you're there now? Go ahead.
Y-intercept is the point where a graph intersects the y-axis.
Thank you. So I know you guys keep saying where the line begins. That was something that kind of helped you guys when we're talking about real world context, but that is not how we identify a y-intercept. That's going to confuse you, right? Our line has no beginning and no end. It goes forever. Therefore, we have to keep in mind, I'm looking for where my line intersects with the y-axis. Again, when x is 0, whatever that y value is, that is your y-intercept. So I'm looking for where x is 0. The only point on this line where x is 0 is right here. So in the chat, everybody tell me what is the y-intercept. In the chat, everybody tell me what is the y-intercept. Desire, you gotta check again, honey. I said 5 was incorrect. 5 is not correct. Okay. I'm waiting on a number of students to still answer. Again, I have Zaya this time and I have Desire. So everyone should be putting it in the chat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just send it to Zaya. Zaya, can you tell us what the y-intercept is?
2.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and get to the slope so we can move forward. Can I have someone besides Desire explain to me how she got 1/2 as her slope? It is very clear on the graph. However, I want everyone else to make sense of it since a lot of you did not even get to answer the question. Can I go to Trisara? Trisara, how did Desire get 1/2 or 1/2 as her slope? Can you come off mute and tell me? Okay, she's not there. Can I go to Alyssa? Alyssa, how did she get 1/2 as her slope? Okay, Alyssa's not there either. Okay, Melanie, tell us.
She divided the 2 points.
Divided the 2 points? What do you mean?
the 2 points that forms a triangle, she divided the vertical versus horizontal.
Okay, so my vertical change was how many? Melanie, are you there still? Okay, my vertical change, she went from this point to this point here. What is the vertical change? Over. What's the horizontal change? Can't hear you? Okay, thank you. 1/2. All right, guys. I promised myself today. I literally promised myself today. I am not going to preach to you guys. There's literally like 3 or 4 students who are actively engaged in Desmos as well as in the lesson. So you're gonna really get out what you put in. I'm just gonna keep moving because